There's a 9-minute animated short that premiered at Tribeca Festival that features Yara Shahidi, Natasha Lyonne, Daveed Diggs, Roy Wood Jr., and Tika Sumpter. And the man behind it built the whole thing on a belief that what hasn't happened yet isn't impossible. Today, I'm sitting down with filmmaker C. Craig Patterson, director of ChikaBOOM, to find out exactly what it costs to hold on to a dream long enough to watch it explode.
I've tried like every I took a film like boycott.
You wrote that Chika believes in the dream before she has all the tools to accomplish it. Were there moments you almost let go of this film before it became what it is?
Not let go. I wouldn't say let go. It almost was extinguished, I would say, before, because I'm not an animator by trade, right? So when we first started the journey, it was with the Entertainment Technology Center at USC, and it was the first animation they had ever taken on. We had made a film previously together before, so they were really excited about Chika, but they just kind of didn't know how difficult animation was gonna be, and they did it with a smile on their face. But man, they were rolling that rock up the hill, man, and it was getting pretty heavy for them. And we had been trying for like a year to like make it happen. And this was after having Miss Ruth involved, Miss Ruth Carter and Hannah Beekler and everybody, but Natasha was already on, and we just still couldn't get like really our feet underneath us, and it was getting close to the 11th hour, and that's when Asteria came in and was able to not only just have the funds but also have the know-how to get us to the finish line.
That's great. I mean, it looks awesome. What kind of animation would you call this? Was there like mixed media in it?
I mean, I guess officially it's a hybrid because it's about 90% CG, 3D animation, and then for Kaboom's character in particular, we had to do a mix of 2D and generative. So the outline you see around Kaboom is the artist's 2D drawing, and then we wrap the generative volumetric cloud mesh around Kaboom. So to be able to get to that level of animation with that, it took a little bit of ingenuity to make that happen.
Completely. I feel like you answered this a little bit, but I want to dig a little bit deeper. You said that the film also became a mirror and that your team was learning as Chica was learning. At what point
Yes.
did
Yeah.
the parallel stop being like terrifying and start being the whole point of the project?
Oh, I mean, for a first time animation, I don't think it ever stopped being terrifying to me, but it was joyful in the things that we didn't know. But uh, I found myself in this place of film and technology in the past few films, and I want to continue that. So I take on projects and try to do projects where we don't know how we're going to do it when we start, and we have to figure out those tools as we go, right? And I think that, I guess being a child of like when watching James Cameron's films, right? And like understanding that, like, oh, sometimes you have to build your way out of this, right? And it takes a lot of really talented, really artistic and driven people to be around you to even make that happen. But yeah, I think at this point I would be a little bit bored if we knew how we were going to make the film on day one.
Natasha Lyonne is voicing a chaotic magical creature named Kaboom. What did she bring to the character that you genuinely did not see coming?
Um, you know what? Before this movie, I didn't know her personally, so it was just like just who she is, the essence of who she is, kind of just like when we were doing the recording session, yo, she locks in and she really embodies every little small, like you would think something is almost throwaway, but then she makes it the most important thing that comes out of her mouth, right? Like it was, I'm in awe of actors in general, and I'm even more in awe of her.
She's got like a fire to her. I felt that while watching Kaboom too. So that
Oh
was
man, that's awesome to hear. Like, cause I tell you, as a person sitting on the other side while she was performing it, I mean it's transferable, man. It's right there with you the moment that she says it. It's hard to when she does multiple takes, you kind of like I now have to choose which one of these things.
I loved Yara Shahidi as Chika. How did that come to be?
Uh, it came to be because she's one of the kindest souls on this planet, and she was willing to say yes to a filmmaker that she didn't know and come work for free, and because she believed in that beautiful little girl that was chasing a dream, right? And I am in her debt forever for what she did for this movie and what and like she truly put it on her back. Like this Chica meant a lot to my mother and to my nieces, and it's all because of Yara's performance. Right.
Daveed Diggs and Roy Wood Jr., they both move between performance and music and comedy as if it's nothing. Was there a moment in the booth where one of them did something completely unexpected also, and you were like, okay, we're rolling with this?
Oh man, for them both, right? I'll take with David first as he had just become a father right as he was starting this role. So like he just kind of came in with first off, he's always so chill. He's the most chill guy, and then the mic turns on and he does his thing, right? And he became Arnie like instantly, right? And it not only was a showman because that character had to be riding the line between a showman and a dad, right? You had to be both at the same time, and it gave all of us in the room because it was a couple of the members of the team that were also in the room when he was doing the performance, and like you can't help but to just turn and look at the producer beside you and go, oh my God, did you just hear that, right? And with Roy. I had just directed Roy's comedy special, his last comedy special, and in the comedy special, he has this ending joke that's like 9 minutes long about a bubble man, and like this bubble man that like thing that he does, and so when it wound up in Chica where he got to play a bubble man. Like we just had a ton of fun with it. A lot of stuff that wound up for budgetary reasons wound up kind of on the cutting room floor. But you better believe for the feature, man, I have so much fun working with Roy in everything that we do. Like I want Roy Wood Jr. in everything I ever make, man. That's my brother for real.
When you have a dream like Chika does, it usually comes paired with a deep hunger. As a filmmaker, is that the
Yeah.
most dangerous or honest place to tell a story from? Or both?
Man, if it's not a tiny bit dangerous, how honest is it? Right?
Mm.
And you do want to be able to live your life doing something that you truly truly love, even if it's not what you do for work, right? Like I want to make sure that that's a separate thing. But like you could spend your life loving a thing that you don't do for work, but you better spend your life loving something, right? And for me, what Chico was chasing was the most special thing in the world to her, which was magic, right? And it's okay to be bad at a thing you love, right? Like that was another thing that it was important to me to have a conversation with, especially as a guy with like young nieces who are going about like figuring out their own lives. Like if you're terrible at a thing you love right now, it's okay. Practice makes magic. You will get better at it.
I love that you said that. I feel like I did not realize until like a year ago that it's okay to like be a beginner and like not be like a
Yes.
natural professional expert the first time you start something. And like that doesn't mean
Yes.
you should end that thing. So what a great
Oh my
message.
gosh, no, man, no, no. Like, I guarantee you, Mozart hit a lot of wrong notes before it became time to get on that stage, right? There was a lot of really bad notes before he was like, "Oh, this is how you do this," right? So, you know, may we all keep like running after the things we love.
Animation has historically decided whose imagination gets to be treated as universal. When did you first
Mm.
notice that? And then what did it cost you to diverge from that notion?
I would ask, could you break that down a little bit more for me so I make sure I answer it in the truest way? Like, give me a little bit more to that.
Historically, magic content, it hasn't been so much personified in this way, especially like
Okay.
a little girl?
I guess in its own way, I was really fortunate, man, because people fell in love with that little girl pretty quickly. I don't know if it's something about her eyes or about how she moved or even how she smiled, right? It was her smile was a big deal to the team, like to make sure she had that little chipped tooth because there's nothing particularly interesting about being perfect, right? And what made Chika real is that I think everyone in their own life has something that either they need a little bit more wind behind their sails to continue to chase or a little push to start chasing. And like Chika Chika made people get on board. I mean, honestly, damn near instantly, man. Like I there weren't a lot of no's in when they saw Chika. So I stand in infinite gratitude to the people that saw that beautiful little black girl's face and said, yo, like, how can we be helpful?
Was Chika, I guess, derived from your nieces? Maybe in
Yeah, for
the
sure.
imaging?
For
Yeah.
sure. I spoke about before during the process of this. I lost my mom like during in the middle of production, and one of in the last like we were taking Zoom meetings for the team like as I'm sitting next to the hospital bed. My mom saw the first time where the file came through where Chika moved for the first time. She went from being a static image to like she did like this little dance. And the joy on my mother's face. Chika and my mother will always be tied together forever. So, my hope is that this is far from the last time you see that little girl like doing her thing.
So if we're sitting at a coffee shop a year from today talking about your work, what would you want to be talking about?
Hopefully a year from today, so there's no way the feature would be done, but hopefully we're well on the way of like in the
And
process of that. I guess in a year from now, we would be recording the lines. So it'd be like, oh my gosh, man, like, oh you got to see what Natasha and Yara and David and Roy and Tika and everybody did, and hopefully that's the conversation we're having.
totally. ChikaBOOM was so beautiful. I am so grateful that I got to see it. Congratulations again on the Tribeca selection, and I just wish the best for the film.
And I wish the best for you. Thank you for taking the time. It means the world to be able to talk about the film with people that care about it. So thank you.
I tried like every, I used to film my boyfriend.